Husband keeps threatening divorce. Should I just give up? About every 6 months, my husband goes from being a pretty average good partner to being a complete Jekyll/Hyde. He does not do well expressing small resentments before they become big, and will go from exclaiming how much he loves our life and me, to the very next day blowing up over something seemingly small and saying how much he hates it here and needs a divorce. Once we dig into what the cause of the explosion was, it typically turns out to be about 25% true. He tends to inflate issues in his mind and is not the best at being objective. An example would be, he gets sick and lays in bed for 3 to 4 days straight. I get sick, and after doing some critical things around the house, will ask if he minds me tapping out and taking a nap. He will say, "Yes, please do. You should rest for the remainder of the day. I've got this." Then about 2 hours later will barge in the room either panicked or mad, but say to keep resting. He just needed to vent. Then I'll hear him being short with the kids, and the kids escalating and whining/yelling. Then, either later that night or early the next day, he will finally lose his temper, exclaiming he can't do everything, and will lay in bed refusing to care for anything, or will just grab his keys and leave. We've repeatedly talked about him asking for help when he is at a 3 instead of a 10, or just not overextending himself at all. The cycle still happens. So yesterday, I absolutely went to the nines cleaning up the yard for a play date we were hosting. A lot of what I cleaned up was his mess. And even though his trainer called out, he still took 1.5 hours to go to the gym and barely helped me set up before and clean up after. I pulled my back carrying bags of cement he had left out, and at 5:30 I took some ibuprofen and he said, "You rest, I've got this." I had really hurt my back, so despite knowing that this will come back to bite me, I needed the rest. Today, without asking to planning with me, he just tells me he has too much to prep for the 2 days I'm traveling for work and that I'm on kid duty solo all day. He then proceeds to make it known that he doesn't like whatever I'm doing with my time. I told him the kids are happy and fed, and to politely mind his own business. Nap time rolls around, and I'm reading books to our youngest, and our oldest takes a couple books to our bed where he is laying down. I spend about 25 minutes reading to her, and then go lay on the couch outside her bedroom to rest my back while I buy some essentials for the kids on Amazon and make sure she stays in bed. After maybe 7 minutes, I hear my eldest outside when she is supposed to be laying down just as my husband stomps down the stairs. I guess she knocked his coffee over onto something important of his, and he is yelling it all at me. I just say I know you're upset, but it's not cool to unload your things onto people. 10 minutes later, I go up to the room to get something from the bathroom, and he asks me to grab a fan to help dry things out. I say sure, and ask if he wants the rug cleaner while I'm down there. He just starts screaming at me, calling me controlling, and just saying again how much he hates it here. I told him he needs to take a breather and go for a walk or drive. He keeps yelling, so I told him he can calm down, or I'm kicking him out of the house. I meant for a walk/drive, but he took it as more and further threatened divorce. I canceled my work trip as this is the second outburst this week, and I'm not okay with him being solo with our kids in this state. I do much more around the house and make about 40% of our overall income. I do love him, and I want our kids to not have their lives disrupted, but I feel like he is a ticking time bomb, and it's only a matter of time before he nukes our marriage.